are in Whitehorse, Canada. This is the capital of the Yukon. Only 37,000 people live in the entirety of Yukon, and 28,000 of those live right here in Whitehorse. Klondike behind me was built in 1929 by the British Yukon Navigation Company. The vessel was the largest on the Yukon River, had a cargo capacity 50% greater than previous boats, and could carry over 300 tons. The first SS Klondike ran aground, and the parts of that ship were salvaged to build an SS Klondike II, and that one was launched in 1937. SS Klondike II carried mail, general supplies, passengers, and silver lead ore the 460-mile route from Whitehorse to Dawson City. It was retired in 1955 and donated to the Canadian government, and it rests here in Whitehorse on the Yukon River today. Largest Weathervane. So this plane was built in 1942. It was used for transport missions during World War II to Asia. Then it was converted to a passenger plane. It was used as a passenger plane from 1946 to 1970 until it blew an engine, and then it was donated here to this museum, where in the 1980s a smart dude figured out how to make it into a weathervane. So it does move and face the direction where the wind is blowing, which is pretty cool. We just watched it move a little bit when the wind shifted.
Look at the leaf pack. This is what we need for our truck camper.
That's some mega leaf spring kit.
That's a really giant axle too. It's made to operate in cold weather that they somehow made where the exhaust fumes go and heat up the fuel before it goes into the engine. And it says it's an extreme cold fuel tanker. So it was made in 1950 and the gross vehicle rating is 3,400 pounds. That is a lot.
We wanted a sweet treat. Our initial first option was Le Petit Maison, but they closed early today, so we found this cafe. It's called the Kind Cafe here in Whitehorse. We ordered the mushroom mocha and an acai bowl. So the mushroom mocha has coffee, mushroom blend, hemp seeds, cacao powder. There's a bunch of stuff in it, so I'm curious what it tastes like. Yeah, the mushroom mocha, it's not overly sweet. It's actually very earthy. I don't really taste like any mushroom flavor to it. It's like a earthy, nutty, a little bit of chocolate in there. And it's not too sweet. It's very different from anything I've ever had, but it's really good too. And then this has coconut flakes, a bunch of nuts, bananas, blueberries, acai. Let's get a bit of everything. It's so refreshing. a really gorgeous stop here in Whitehorse, well actually about 15 minutes outside of the city center, is Miles Canyon. Look at the scenery behind me. There's actually a suspension bridge that you can walk over the Yukon River. This is the Yukon River. And on either side are basalt columns of lava. Look at the cool shapes of them. And the Yukon River here in Whitehorse, the color of it is gorgeous. When we were in Alaska crossing the Yukon, it's still brown there, but here, look at the color. If you come here on a sunny day, it would be so gorgeous, but it's still absolutely amazing. Drive to get to Miles Canyon. You pass by Schwatka Lake and there's a bunch of seaplanes on the lake you can look at. Whitehorse, the capital of Yukon. And that concludes our one day in Whitehorse.